She flew higher than the others, faster too, until one quiet soul in the river showed her how deep the sky could go. Their worlds were never meant to touch, but they did. And when she let doubt take hold, it was silence, not distance, that broke what they had. There was once a girl who flew. Her name was Lyra, and she belonged to the order of wind-bearers, those who rode the sky between the islands, delivering news and wisdom from the high courts to the farthest fishing coves. She was swift, clever, and bold, admired by many. Yet at the end of each journey, when she unfastened her wing cloak and looked out over the sea, something in her chest felt unfinished. One summer, caught in a squall, Lyra's wing cloak snapped its spine and dropped her into the mangrove thickets of the river folk. They were a quiet people, more rumour than real to most cliff dwellers. Miro found her, silent, shirtless, brown with the silt of his world. He carried her to a sheltered dock, fed her coconut broth, and said nothing. He never said anything, not with words. The days stretched. Her wing cloak was beyond repair, and the cliff paths back home were blocked by flooding. Miro kept her company. He carved her stories into driftwood, spirals and lines and symbols she didn't understand, not at first. She laughed at his seriousness, at the way he stared at leaves as if they were writing poems. But when she stopped laughing and looked more closely, the wood began to speak. When the waters receded and she could return, Lyra promised herself she wouldn't forget. Oh, she came back, often, with gifts from the heights, paper kites, bird whistles, candied lemon rind. Miro replied with river songs etched into bark and luminous shells that seemed to hold whispers. Their friendship became a hidden current in her life. Until one evening at the wind tower, another wind-bearer caught her humming a river tune. "A river boy?" he scoffed. "They grunt and carve wood because they've nothing else. What can he teach you? He'll never leave the mud." Another chimed in. "You're meant for sky things, Lyra. Don't waste your wings." She didn't reply. She smiled too quickly. She folded her doubts like old maps and tucked them inside. The next time she visited, Miro handed her a small stone etched with two marks, a bird and a wave. Lyra turned it in her hand, then set it down. "Maybe it's not fair," she murmured. "You don't understand my world. Maybe I don't belong in yours either." She left, without promise, without farewell. Miro waited. Each dawn he set a new glyph on the sandbar where she used to land. Each dusk he watched the skies. And each night he returned to his hut more tired than before. The storms returned before Lyra did. She was sailing the air roads in her wing cloak over the western straits when she heard it. A whisper from a boatman below. "The silent one's dying. The river's taken him low." She did not land at her next post. Instead, she turned back. It was night when she reached the mangroves, moonlight thin and silver. On the dock lay Miro, thin as the wind, chest barely rising. His carved stones lay scattered like seeds that never took root. Lyra fell to her knees. "I was afraid," she said. "Afraid of looking foolish, afraid they were right." Miro opened his eyes. With fingers weak but steady, he traced the air between them. First the wave, then the bird. "I'm glad. You're safe," he mouthed without sound. Then he closed his eyes again and didn't open them. Lyra didn't fly again that season, or the next. Instead, she built a small cairn by the river's mouth. On it, she etched her first glyph, a bird above a wave, beside it, another, 2 lines curving toward each other, connection. The other wind-bearers stopped mocking her. Some began asking questions. A few even followed her down to the mangroves to learn the driftwood script. Years passed. Sometimes she flew, but never far from shore. She told stories now, to children, to messengers, to those who thought friendship had rules. And when asked why she stayed close to the ground, she'd smile and say, "The wind lifts you high, but it's the river that teaches you how deep you can love."